So unfortunately, we have a problem, and California could have made this problem a little bit worse. But what is happening right now in the state of California is millions of people are extremely frustrated because they have just hiked the minimum wage for restaurant workers to $20 an hour, but yet all other industries are still stuck at the state's minimum wage. Well, this is why a labor group is fighting to see the minimum wage of $20 per hour go to all sectors. I want to explain why some are very worried about what's coming to California and what could be coming to the rest of the United States. So, I will explain that in just a moment. But for now, all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So if you aren't sure exactly what I'm talking about, California just recently on April 1st, they hiked the minimum wage to fast food workers to $20 per hour. Unfortunately, we are seeing some layoffs, we are seeing some businesses close, even places like McDonald's are using kiosks instead of actual employees. But it's this article right here that I really want to get to today. This is from Fox Business. It says a labor group demands California's $20 minimum wage for fast food workers extend to all sectors. It says the law has stoked a flurry of warnings from restaurant owners and industry insiders that the consumers will bear the cost of the minimum wage increase. Here's the thing. And I want to go down this article and we're going to read this in just a moment, but I first want to read what one person is saying, okay? And this is the statement. Now, this person, who's the director of the Food Labor Research Center at the University of California, this person says, because what we continue to hear is people are arguing that a $20 minimum wage is going to hurt families. It's going to cause businesses to go under. It's going to cause people to leave the industry. Okay? But here's the thing. That is not actually the case. The problem with this statement is that people are leaving and businesses are closing. They say it's going to happen every time there's a minimum wage increase. But I want to read this to you. Just look at this right here. Okay? It says, that is the argument they always make. Every single time the minimum wage goes up, they always say it's going to kill businesses. Jobs will be lost, and we've never seen it happen. Not in California, not in any other state. It has never happened. Now, the reason I bring this up is because this is a different situation. Completely different. Normally in the state of California or in any other state, for example, when the minimum wage goes up, it goes up for all industries. In this instance, the minimum wage only went up to $20 for fast food workers. That is it. So, they say, or she says, they always say it's going to kill businesses. It will. If you have a competing business, for instance, McDonald's, they have so many employees, they have so many different locations that they have to, because they're a franchise, a large franchise, they have to abide by the state's $20 minimum wage. However, a small mom and pop diner who has similar burgers, similar fries, similar chicken nuggets or whatever, they are not required by the state to pay $20 an hour as their minimum wage because they are smaller. Guess what happens? These employees leave those locations to go to the big franchise, McDonald's, because they are paying $20 per hour. And I said this like a week or two ago, where one of my friends, his son left a dental office as a receptionist to go to McDonald's to get $20 per hour. Yeah. So if you don't think businesses are going to close because of this, it will, unless the $20 minimum wage for the state is enacted. And it has to be across the board. But let's keep reading this article. Let's go back to the beginning. All right. It says right here. It says a fair wage advocacy group is demanding that California's new $20 minimum wage law for fast food workers be extended to all sectors to help working class people who are struggling with the state's high cost of living. What I can tell you is this is happening all over the United States. It's not just in California. There are millions of people in the U.S. that are struggling with the high cost of living, and it's not going anywhere. It says fast food workers winning a $20 minimum wage was just the beginning. Unfortunately, she's right. Now it says Jayaraman pointed to the exorbitantly high cost of living in the Golden State, where in some counties, an individual would need a $40 an hour salary to live comfortably. Here's what I can tell you. If you are thinking we're going to get a $40 per hour minimum wage, you're highly mistaken. There was a report a while back that said $50 per hour is what people needed to live comfortably. Not 40, 50. Guess what? That never happened. Nobody's proposing $50 per hour because they know that it would never happen. There's no way $50 per hour would work because we would see a massive amount of inflation. So much inflation. The lady goes on to say, people are leaving the state or are not having children, not having families. These are all the very basics we should be thinking about for humans living in California and needing to survive. I mean, the level of crisis that people have been enduring since the pandemic is severe, and it is. But again, here's why many experts believe what California just did is going to cripple their economy. Because what California did was they found a certain segment of people, and these are just fast food workers, so more like a subsegment of people, just fast food workers. They're going to give them $20 per hour. What about the local restaurants? That they're not big franchises. They don't have a large, staff. What about them? Well, they don't get the $20 per hour. They just don't get it because they're not big enough. What about, the people that are working as a receptionist, people that work at a school? They may not be getting $20 per hour, but guess what? They will soon because they are leaving their jobs. This is what we're hearing. It says the problem with only one industry getting the $20 minimum wage is that there will be job losses in other industries as those workers move to the fast food industry. And we will see layoffs eventually as customers are unable to afford the higher cost of fast food just because of the rising wages. I wish I could say this wasn't the issue, but it is. As we see the fast food industry, as we see those workers get $20 per hour, they can go afford the nice steak at the local restaurant. They could go afford to send their kids to child care. But what about the person that is working at the restaurant that cannot afford a meal at the fast food restaurant because now it's getting too expensive? And they don't get $20 per hour. They get $16 to $17 per hour. They get the state minimum wage because, they were excluded. The reason I bring this up is simple. Experts believe that what California just did is going to hurt the economy because now we're going to see a major shift, and now the fast food industry looks like that's the sexy industry to be in because you get $20 per hour. But we'll see what happens moving forward. All I can tell you right now is it's going to be very interesting times over the next potentially 3 to 6 months to see what California does based off of all the new stuff that has been coming out. So, as we get more information, I promise I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates. But as of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.